was good? TCS Radar. We back with the radar. It's been a minute since we did this, but we bringing it back. What you call it the other day? Radar revamped.
Yeah, this is TCS Radar revamped. Revamped.
But yeah, TCS Radar, we back. This time, we're going to still give you player profiles like we did last time, but this time we sprinkling in game footage as well. So today we don't have any particular player profiles, but we went to 4 games this week, opening week of the season, of the basketball season. So we got some good games for y'all. We're going to review them, recap them. So this first game we got here early in the week, Central against Woodbury. And Wayne, you was at this game. So what was your initial thoughts about this game? Eli Mosman, 33 points. What was your initial thoughts about the game?
That Eli Mosman was going to drop 33 points. I already knew. That surprised me right there. Like, he shot it, him to, he tried to definitely pop it off early with the new transfer. So, but no, man, I'm just really always excited to go see Central play, man. You know, we covered them a lot last year. I know a lot of their players. I see the development in, you know, some of their best players. So I was just there, you know, just to really just do our due diligence and, you know, catch the game. But Eli Mosman definitely impressed me the most. You know, the kid can do anything. You know, he can play. He can go to the hole. He can dribble. He can literally play defense. He can shoot. Nice hezzy right there. You know, he's a playmaker. So he does a lot of things. You know, he also is a soccer player too. So I don't know.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, Eli plays soccer for Central. He's actually pretty nice out here. So, yeah, man, it's a lot, man. But I definitely was impressed with his game. Feel like he's working on his game a lot this summer. I know Central is 3-0 now. They won all their games this year. And I know he dropped 24 yesterday, 33 this game. I don't know what he had at River Falls, but if Eli Mosman keeps up what he's been doing as far as winning and, you know, competing at a high level and producing like how he's been doing, I think it needs to be early mentions of Mr. Basketball talk regarding this guy. Because,
that might be a sleeper pick, but it's not ridiculous. Because maybe we know better because we in the city and the alma mater and all that, but he really does need to get some respect on his name.
He really does. He really does need to get some respect. Does it say how much he dropped against? Did they post? They ain't posted.
Yeah.
We ain't got the stats.
No, like you said. And I was going to ask you, we got the tie-up right here by DeMonte, the transfer.
Yep.
What do you think about his game? We saw him then try to throw that lob to him early. But what you think about his game?
I like his game because he's like one of those wing players. He's like one of those like wing guys where it's like they're gonna do all the dirty work. They're gonna literally, glue guys, not wing guys, glue guys. They're gonna do all the dirty work. He's gonna run in transition. As you see Eli going. You see he's always available. He's running with his hands up. So he's one of those guys that they're gonna do very well with him running in transition. And I think even like on defense, he helps them out a lot. If you notice, he's very active in that paint. Very active, you know, down there. So I think he was a good addition to add on to them because, you know, they really didn't have any size. Outside of him, they don't really have any size. But, you know, they got some size now, and they're going to need all they can get, especially, you know, playing against other teams who are bigger than them.
Man, how did Etienne look,
E.T. is a shooter, man. He's like a real sharpshooter, man. So he looked real good to me. You know, I think he finished with 9 or 12. I can't remember that game, but I know he definitely had a couple catch and shoots. He had a couple of off the dribble drives. So he worked on his game a lot. He's definitely one of the most consistent shooters we've seen. There go James Brown with a 3 right there. So yeah, man, I like Central so far. I'm impressed with them. I think it's gonna be a tough fight when, you know, they play Johnson, of course, this year. But I'm willing to still say they have a chance.
Right. And I also wanted to point out Woodbury's leading scorer this game and presumably their best player, but Maud Abdul-Rahim.
Yeah.
Number 4 for Woodbury. I know we got some highlights from him in this, but what did you think about his game? What did you see?
I like this game. I like this game a lot because he's like very smooth. Let's actually see if we can find some of that because I know his game is very, very smooth. I know he did a lot of his damage in the. There you go, right there. Actually, yep. Well, no, that was Et hitting the 3 on him. I'm sorry, but yeah, he's right there though. He's right there with the ball. But no, I like his game. I like his game because he's real smooth. He plays at his own type of pace almost to me. As you see right there, like he can dribble. He's long. He's lengthy. He's kind of crafty. So, and he can shoot. So, I like his game personally. You know, I think I want to watch more of them this year to see what he does. But I was definitely impressed. I could tell there's some talent there for sure. I could tell that he practices and he does play basketball. So, yeah.
Because I had watched some, after watching this, I had watched some of his highlights from last year. And just like you said, he's like real smooth, under control. There you go, right here.
There you go, right there. Like he's real smooth.
Right.
I like his game.
That's what's up. But yeah, big win for Central.
Yep. Shout out to Coach Cam Jones too. That was his first win as a Central head coach. He started off 3-0. So shout out to you, Coach Cam. Keep doing your thing, brother, man.
Yeah, and check out that interview we did with Coach Cam a couple months ago. We talked about a lot of things, but expectations was a big part. You know, us being St. Paul guys and being Central guys, that we knew the magnitude of that new head coach change, and so it's been all about expectations. That's been the word in the community, and just the buzz about how he's going to do. So yeah, 3-0 so far, good job. Woodbury 0-2 to start the season. They just lost to Hudson, but 2 close games, so we'll see how Woodbury comes out from that.
All right, man. Who we got next, man?
Yeah, next Tartan. And oh boy, last year this was a very good game. This year, not quite the same. Final score 101-24. Tartan absolutely dominated this one. You were at this game, Wayne, man. What you think about this one?
This game, it just kind of shows you like what a good basketball team is and what a good basketball program is. And I say that to say last year Hardin had a good basketball team, but they didn't have a good basketball program, and it takes time for that. It's Steve's first year coaching, second year now, and he's seeing basically what a rebuild is looking like. So, like I said, Tartan is one of the most stacked teams, and they have built the culture over there, with Coach K and, all the stuff that he has, all the accolades and, the players that's played for that school. It's more of a basketball program versus a basketball team. And it just kind of show levels to it, man. Like if you even look at how they're playing, how they're moving, they're way more active. They're talking more on defense. And a good coach can, do things with good players. A great coach installs a foundation that all players buy into, and they're successful. So I think that's what we're seeing now. It's a lot of team unity, a lot of unselfishness. Like you mentioned, the transfers. They got a lot of transfers. A lot of these guys played AAU with each other, so they're very familiar with each other, man. But at the end of the day, it was a great basketball program versus a team that's rebuilding. Shout out to Hardin. Last year they went to state, made history, something that we've never seen before. Hardin going to state. Lost to Mankato East, who eventually ended up winning the whole entire tournament. So, it's just one of those things that I hope the kids can build and learn from. I hope this doesn't discourage them. I hope they can learn from this and just understand this is how the game of basketball works. That's a good move by Jalen, by the way. But you live another day, and you just got to keep the ball rolling. But yeah, Tartan's really good.
No, really good. And last night they were playing Hopkins. The game got interrupted for fights broke out and whatnot. And that's actually the second year in a row something that happened at Hopkins, so I don't know what that's about.
They got to figure something out. I don't know if it's like the breakdown, if it's the Hopkins security, if they're just kind of like ignoring, like just letting people in, if they don't want to stop doing that. But something needs to happen, honestly. Like, especially if there's a lot of people going to come to these games, at least have some type of security backup, some type of different protocol, because like you said, it's kind of becoming an ongoing trend. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to be the one to be like, hey, fights at basketball games are unfamiliar. Listen, we grew up in St. Paul. We've seen plenty of fights at games. It happens. But, to see it at Hopkins is kind of, wild.
Yeah, and like you had mentioned, Tartan was up. I think Tartan was up by like 10 or something like that. It was
about 10 points.
The game. And you were saying how good because we had a member in the building but you had saw some footage as well. And you were saying how good of an atmosphere it was, how beautiful of an atmosphere it was. Yep. 2 of the top teams, packed house. And then it gets interrupted by
stuff that has nothing to do with the basketball players. So it's unfortunate. It's whack. It's the way of the world, unfortunately. But I have great expectations for Tartan this year. They got some athletes. They got some good teams. They got some athletes, good players, good chemistry, good. But it's a lot. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. They got athletes. Yeah, big athletes and whatnot. So. Yeah, I don't know. I think sky's the limit for Tartan. I think I know Jaden Moore wasn't playing. He was suspended.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't playing.
That's a big difference.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I just want to say that he actually was suspended, so he was not playing, wasn't in attendance. So I don't know. That's one of them ones where we're gonna have to see. But
definitely. I know we got another dunk from Laquan coming up here.
Oh yeah.
But and even to give Harden some love, like you already did, man. It's a rebuild, like you said. And number 1 with the ball right here, Derek Green. He's actually pretty good. He had a 20-point game against Twin Cities Academy. Good dunk. But yeah, Dairy Queen had a 20-point game after this one. And so yeah, it's going to be a building process for them. But they 1-1. Hardin is. They got Camden coming up this week. Tartan got Highland Park coming up this week or coming up next. So that Highland Park game, we would think is going to be a little more competitive.
It should be. It should be more competitive than this one. I'm not sure how competitive, but at least more than this. But yeah, man. What we got next, man?
All right, next we got North against Hiawatha. This was also a really good game. We had a good game from Jamarian Sanders and Corday Williams. Two very good basketball.
Ooh. Looked at him, too.
King James with the block. King James ended with 28 points. We'll get back to him. But, yeah, just want to shout out Jamarian Sanders right here, one of the top wide receivers in the state, we believe, on the football field. And they got a lot of talent on that North football team. Shout out to them real quick. They made the Final Four in the football final. Lost to Annandale, and but shout out to what they were able to put together. This Corday Williams right there, 26 points for him on the night. Again, 24 for Jamarian, but they did real good. Number 25, Elijah Harvey, just set the screen right there. He was a big who I hadn't seen before, but he looks very athletic. Looks like he can be a good big for them. But yeah, then we got King with the 3. So honestly, man, the final score was 69-91. North won, but nice lay by Corday right there. But yeah, with King James, man, he dominated the game, honestly, but a lot of missed free throws, and not just him, but his team. Ooh, rim rocker right there. But that's what Hiawatha struggled with. They struggled with the pressure, full court pressure, and they struggled with their free throws. Another nice pull up right here by King James.
One thing I wanted to say, I know we interviewed King, and that's one thing he said he was working on his game. He's working on his shooting a lot, man. So it's kind of good seeing him doing that. I just he got the rebound there, and jeez, pull-ups, do your pull-ups, sir. But no, man, he's told us he's working on his jump shot. Did you see a significant improvement from his jump shot from when you were there?
Yeah, he didn't take a lot of jump shots, but he made a few. So yeah, I would have to see more.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, he's athletic.
Yeah.
You know that much. And he plays with a lot of energy. He told us that, too, how he always got the motor, got the high motor. So I definitely saw that. But, yeah, man, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what North can do in that Minneapolis conference. Next, we got this Washburn-Wayzata game. So it's going to be interesting to compare those two teams. Washburn and North for the Minneapolis conference. So, yeah, we got Washburn against Wayzata. And, yeah, this was a good one. You got some big names. Or was that Alex Young, number 12 for Washburn. He's a pretty good player. Everybody knows who that is. Christian Wiggins, Iowa State commit. Big time. I'll be looking for him for Mr. Basketball this year, too. But he's going to have to compete with his teammate, probably Nolan Anderson. We got Riker right there, number 23 for Washburn. He's a good player as well. But Washburn just couldn't really get it going, man. It was close for maybe the first 5 to 10 minutes. Nice dime there by Nolan. But, yeah, it was close in the beginning, but Wayzata is the type of team where, if you turn the ball over, if you don't capitalize.
Come here.
They're going to run away from it. You got Nolan right there. Gopher commit. It's going to be exciting to see him with the Gophers. Gophers keeping some in-state guys. Ooh, hold on. What's that?
Yeah, that was Wiggins. That was nice.
Yeah, that's Christian's dunk. But, yeah, Minnesota's been able to keep some of these top in-state guys, so adding Nolan to that list. Unfortunately, we couldn't get Christian. But
at least we got something, man. It's better than something, man.
Yeah, for real. Blow this one up. It's a poster right here. And I actually didn't know Nolan had that in him.
You didn't see him do that last year?
Oh no, he was posterizing.
What? Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, that was different. Yeah, let me see that again. That's tough. That was tough.
Nice pass from Isaac,
AKA Steve Nash. That's baby Nash right there. Yeah, that's a body. That's a body. You got to just laugh that one off, young sir. It happens. It's a part of the game. But no, man, how you feel about Wayzata, man? You still feel like they're favorite to win the Minnesota State Championship? Was it 4A?
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be be hard to beat them. Honestly, they got Cretan coming up next Saturday, so they got St. Louis Park and then Lakeville North this week. But to end the week this week, they got Cretan at the Edina Tip-Off Classic. So that's going to be probably the true measuring stick for them.
Yeah,
honestly.
it honestly is, and we'll be there. Somebody will be there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But nah, man, how you feel about us bringing this back, man?
This feels good, man. Like we said, we don't got any player profiles today, but that's what we want to do. It's all about bringing the attention to the athletes, bringing exposure. And so that's what we're here to do. That's what we're trying to do.
All right, man. We'll be back. Y'all expect to see these every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Dropping maybe Saturday sometimes, but expect to see these every week, once a week, man. Never know. Sometimes it might be 2 of us. Sometimes it might be more of us. But this is a TCS Radar revamped, man. We out.